All right, guys. All my favorite ways to drink coffee on a ketogenic diet. This is my favorite by far. Just a cup of brewed black coffee. Obviously, if you want to customize that with a little sweetener or some cream or some half and half, you do you. But this is my number one absolute favorite. Number two, bulletproof coffee. Now, this is my favorite way. I fill up my cup about halfway with hot coffee. You can use this, you can use caffeinated or decaf coffee for this. I use a tablespoon of salted butter. Unsalted is good too, but I like the flavor that the salted butter gives it. And then I do 2 tablespoons of half and half. And I use one of the the milk frothers off of Amazon. They're usually around $10. Use that to thoroughly mix it together. And then you're going to top it off with additional coffee. Now, the reason you do that with splitting it and only doing it about half is if it's full, that milk frother is going to make it go absolutely everywhere. So you do it halfway and then you top it off with additional coffee. This is by far my favorite, my second favorite after just traditional black coffee. Now, for bulletproof coffee, you can also switch it up a little bit. You can, instead of half and half, you can use heavy cream. You can also use coconut oil, even MCT oil or ghee if you have one of those. Next is the first iced coffee recipe. I just take a big mason jar or something like that, fill it with ice, and then I add in cold coffee. Now, I make my own iced coffee simply by brewing coffee and then putting it into a bottle in the fridge. You can buy it as well, but just nice cold brewed black coffee, and then I use unsweetened vanilla almond milk. You can also use unsweetened plain or any other unsweetened nut milk that you prefer. And I just pour a little in there. And this is so low calorie, next to no carbs. It's like usually less than 1 carb per serving of almond milk. And it's super tasty, refreshing. Down here in the South Carolina Low Country, it is hot, like 9 months out of the year, and this is a great option. If you prefer to have it sweetened, you can add a sweetener. I really like the skinny syrups from the Jordan's Skinny Mixes company, and you add in a couple of pumps of that and mix it back together, and that's even better. That little touch of sweetness, it feels like a treat, but I mean, way cheaper and way cleaner than getting something from over at one of those big coffee chains. Now, another good option for some iced coffee. Just a big old pint glass full of ice and top it off with that cold brewed coffee. Just drink it plain. I promise you can get used to it. It is delicious plain when it's iced. But if you prefer, you can also add some sweetener. Again, I like the skinny syrups. These are sweetened with Splenda, but you can always choose something that's sweetened with monk fruit or stevia if that's something that you prefer to use if you want to stay away from Splenda. You can mix that together. And then just iced black coffee with that little touch of sweetness is really nice too. It's a great option. But if you want to kind of take it to the next level, you add a little splash of that half and half. Adding half and half too is so satisfying when you add it to iced coffee. It's so beautiful. I wish it would stay like that. But of course, like the second you stir it, it's all gone. But you know, that little bit of half and half will add so much creaminess and like a decadence to your iced coffee. And it's just so enjoyable. It's really like a wonderful little treat. Now, if you want to take that even a step higher, you take a small little glass and add about an ounce of heavy cream. Now, keep in mind, heavy cream does have a small amount of carbs. It also has a lot of calories, so just keep that in mind if calories are something you pay attention to. I typically don't. And I'm using my same milk frother just to get that heavy cream nice and thickened up. Now, once I get it to a good creaminess, I'm going to add 1 pump of that vanilla skinny syrup. Now, this is a great option for those of you that like the cold foam lattes and stuff at Starbucks. This is a delicious option. You don't want to whisk it so long that it becomes like actual whipped cream. You want it kind of a step before that when you can still pour it. And it's so, so pretty to have this option. And this is one of those things, I don't make it often, but when I do, it is such a treat. But you just take that iced coffee with the half and half, and you can just pour this cold foam right over the top. I mean, look, this is amazing. Amazing. I stole a sip like right away just because I couldn't help it. And oh my gosh, you guys, this is so, so delicious. And as you can tell, that cold foam, it about doubles in size once you start using the frother on that heavy cream. This was my favorite. I stood outside and enjoyed the 80-degree weather with my iced coffee.